Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's my family here. I haven't said that in a while, but today I'm gonna be apartment hunting in New York. If you don't know me, hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Mai. I'm 21, but I moved out when I was 15. So girl, the moving vlogs go way back and they're all on the channel if you want to check those out. But I'm so excited because this is my third year living in New York now, and we decided to go with a little bit of an upgrade. So I can't wait to show you guys all the apartments that I saw. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and comment down below because I'm reading all my comments. For real, go check. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an apartment hunting video in New York City because I have been dying to make this video, okay? I've been apartment hunting since August of this year, so she's been going at it, but also apartment hunting is probably my favorite hobby in the entire world. When I was apartment hunting, girl, if you looked at my screen time, it literally said 23 hours on Street Easy in 1 week. Do you know how diabolical that is? That is literally like an addiction. Like, I was on Street Easy more than any app on my phone. I would be checking it every second of the day. I went to the toilet, I would sit my ass down, go on Street Easy. It was insane, but you know that I found other really good places. And if you want me to extra confirm that, every single realtor and broker that I hit up was like, wow, you were the first person to call me. Wow, you're the first person to see this place. Wow, girl, I just put this shit up 10 minutes ago. What? She was on it. If I wasn't doing YouTube, girl, I'd be a real estate agent or something. But I really love having a nice apartment, so I'm very excited to show you guys this video because she found some really good finds.
East and the west, I'm racking up on my bread, power on me, I'm feeling just like a Tesla. Too much tree, the smoke is making my chest hurt. Girl on me, I'm thinking I should've rest her.
Before we get into it, I want to talk about the requirements and the location. I'm gonna make this quick, girl, because I tried filming this intro about 1,000,000 times now, and I'm like, no one wants to sit through a 5-minute intro, do they? No. So the requirements, location. I didn't want to live in like the mid-city area, which is like the Empire State Building, Times Square, Hudson Yards, basically what you think of when you think of New York. Girl, I just did not want to do it. That was giving anxiety. So I wanted to live somewhere a little bit lower, like think NoHo and lower. So like maybe Greenwich Village, Soho, Tribeca, Lower East Side, East Village, Fide-Eye. Anything below there, we were cool with. Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to look in the city of Manhattan because I live in Brooklyn now. I just wasn't vibing with it because I just noticed I would always stay in my house and I just never explored New York, which I was like, girl, why are you paying New York City rent if you never leave your house? Now, these are the requirements. I wanted somewhere between like a 3-bedroom because I host people a lot. I would have been okay with the 2-bedroom. My first apartment in New York was a 2-bedroom and I only used my 1-bedroom. But then since then, I just host people all the time and people are always staying at my house. So 3-bedroom would be really nice. I also host family Christmas, so I love to like have extra room. I also wanted super well lit windows. My place that I live in now had north facing windows, which was cool, but I just love me a little bit of sunlight. You know what I mean? That seasonal depression. So I wanted some sunlight. I wanted some, you know, nice lit windows, south, east, west. I don't care, anything but north. I also wanted to be close to the train because girl, it's already so hard for me to get out of my house. If the train is a 10-15 minute walk away, the chances of me leaving my house are slim to none. So we wanted to get out a little bit more, being close to the train. And then I also wanted a nice kitchen because I was watching my old moving vlogs and then I realized I'm just always in my kitchen. So I was like, you know what? If I'm always vlogging in my kitchen, I want to have a nice kitchen because I feel like it's also part of the YouTube, you know what I mean? Like y'all want a good backdrop. So I really wanted a good kitchen. I feel like having a good kitchen also inspires me to cook more. And then the extra things that I wanted that weren't a requirement are tall ceilings, a rooftop or a deck, close to the park, a window in the kitchen, a window in the bathroom, and a good view. But those are some extras. Let's just get started. Let me know down in the comments what apartments you guys like the most, which apartments you didn't like the most. I just want to see your guys' opinions on these apartments. Okay, the first apartment that we saw was in the Lower East Side. The Lower East Side is the first neighborhood that I lived in when I first moved to New York City. I love the Lower East Side. This one was a 3-bedroom, 1 den, 2 bath with a shared rooftop. This one had such a good vibe. When I first saw this apartment, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. It seemed straight out of a movie, like the brick, the tiles, the kitchen, and the living room layout was so cute with like the windows and it had a fire escape too. It just felt so cozy, so homey. I just loved how like different this house was. It had so many cute little features to it. I loved the paint colors. Like this house was just so unique to me. And then on the downstairs, it had 3 bedrooms. So this place originally had only 2 bedrooms and they basically split it up into 3. So the rooms were quite small and it was like an odd layout. Like you had to walk through the closet to get to the room. But honestly, I didn't really mind it that much. Like I thought this house was so cute. There was like a couple things though that were a little bit questionable about it, but like I was kind of down to go all in. Like some of the tile in the bathroom was painted over, so it's like it was chipping, so I'd have to like remove that. But I was really down for this house. I could just like imagine myself cooking in the kitchen. It just seemed like it wasn't the perfect fit though, you know what I mean? The cons of it was that there was like water damage on the walls. There was was just maybe some leakage or something, because there was just water just like dripping down the walls. So I was like, oh, that's a little bit questionable. And then in the washer and dryer room, which was in the bathroom, there was like condensation happening, and again, like water just dripping. And I was like, so there would have had to be some maybe repairs, a little bit of repainting, but I was a little bit concerned, you know? The next apartment is in Tribeca on Reed Street. Now this looked so enticing on the ad, but then when I got there, I was like, this shit is so underwhelming for the price, because you'll understand when you see the rest of these places. So this one was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a private rooftop, and girl, she was expensive for what it was. Like, I mean, I guess what I liked about it was the vibe. Like, I loved the kitchen. Like, I loved the little like ledge that they had. Like, I have that in my apartment now, and I was obsessed with that. I thought the kitchen was so beautiful, and the vibe of it just seemed very cookie cutter, like nothing really super unique about it. It just seemed like a new build. Like, I thought it was beautiful. I wasn't really vibing with it. Like, I wanted something with a little bit more charm. Like, I loved the last one because it looked so lived in and it looked so homey. She was cute, I guess. There was just nothing really special about her, and she seemed a little bit dark, a little too modern for me. It just felt like I've lived in this house before. It kind of felt like my Calgary home, and I loved that it had a private rooftop. But yeah, the cons is that it was expensive for what it was, and it just wasn't unique. Okay, so the next place, girl, she wasn't even finished. She wasn't finished. And if you're wondering how I was able, oops. So this is in Tribeca on Leonard Street, and this would have been a 2 to 3 bedroom with a 2-bath. They were gonna let me decide how many bedrooms I wanted, because if you guys see, she wasn't even finished being built. And if you're like, girl, how did you just see a place that wasn't finished? Basically, the broker from the first place, which he was so sweet, was able to just show me a bunch of places, because we were vibing, and he showed me this place, and it had like 14-foot ceilings. It was so gorgeous. It had such beautiful light. It had the brick wall, and I would have been able to finish, and I would be able to pick the appliances, pick the finishes, and like pick how many bedrooms that I wanted, because they kind of had it laid out, but they were like, you know, it's up to you. It had gorgeous, 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 beautiful windows. This was also a landmarked building, which if you guys don't know, in New York, basically that means that like you can't do too much to the outside of it. So like the windows, they had to get them repaired, and it took like a year to get it repaired because the window was like a custom special wooden window, which I just think is so cool. Like the building looked gorgeous from the outside, and it also just had a rooftop. This place was gorgeous. Like I could see the potential for it, and I was really obsessed with the idea of building this out myself. It also had an elevator that opened straight to the apartment, which I thought was super cool. This one didn't have a doorman, but I don't really care about that because my building now didn't have a doorman. Yeah, it had a good location because it was in Tribeca, tall ceilings. I could do whatever I want with it. It had good windows. But for me, the cons was just, it felt like a lot of work, and I wouldn't know an exact move-in date because, you know, like things are always delayed. So the fact that it wasn't even done yet, I was like, I don't know if I should try to pursue this, because like, what if it's not done for the time that I need to move out, which is November? And yeah, that was just that. Like, it just seemed like a lot of work, but I was really excited about the idea of it, and I think that this place had a lot of potential. Okay, so the next place that we're looking at, oh my goodness, this was also the top contender. This is in Tribeca. This was literally right above a train. Like when I tell you, you walk out the apartment, it was right there. This is a 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath. This is the biggest place that we looked at, and I was not trying to look at this place. I actually wasn't interested in this place at all until one of my friends was egging me on to see this place. He was like, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go. The images on Street Easy were not doing this place justice, because bro, when we walked in, genuinely jaw drop. Jaw drop. This is honestly like the nicest apartment I've ever seen in my entire life. It was 2 floors. Like they took 2 apartments and put them together. And the owners of this place were deeply inspired by Japan. They loved Japan. They lived in Japan for a couple years. So this place was very deeply inspired by Japan. And I just love, 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 love this place. I went there twice to see it because I deeply considered getting this place. The windows, let's talk about the windows. Oh my gosh, it was just so beautifully built with the wood on the windows. Like I just loved it. Every window had like a window sill where you could sit. It was just such a beautifully made home, and you could tell that it was such a quality home as well. The spiral staircase was so beautiful. It was giving Blair Waldorf, and then the fact that it was 4 bedrooms was insane. I loved the bedroom. The fact that the bedroom had like a sliding door, and then also the floor was like this red wood, and there also was like this beautiful sliding window covers, and then the bathroom was just super sick. It was a little bit dark though. Like I really loved the bathroom for myself, but then the debate was that like I loved this place for myself, but knowing YouTube, like it wasn't bright. Like I wouldn't film in my bathroom that much because the shower was so dark. I thought the closet was so cool. Look at this closet, guys. The closet was literally, the fact that you could open up the bottom of the closet, I've never seen anything like this before. This was an extremely custom built home, and it was in such a great location. My thing was, this home was like a little bit really big. Like it was extremely big of a home, which means the price was crazy as well. Yeah, honestly, it was just really big, and I was like, damn, what am I gonna do with this space? And I just noticed that the bigger that my home is, the less loved that I love the home. Does that make sense? And I only say that because since the place is so big, I'm not able to put as much love into every space. And I really loved my first apartment in New York because it was just a 2-bedroom. So I didn't have that much to decorate. So every space that I decorated and every space that I was in, I was able to put so much love into decorating the space that I didn't have an excess of things. And this one was just absolutely massive. But what was super cool about it as well is that like they all each had a different door. I just really love the charm of this house. I think it's so perfect. But if we're gonna talk about the cons of this place, it was just really freaking expensive, like extremely expensive. But I think it was a good price for what it is in New York, but still girl, that price is not good. The bathroom was a little bit dark in the main bedroom. Like I think the kitchen was beautiful, like loved it, but it was also just pretty dark. Like for some reason it just wasn't getting that much sunlight. It was honestly like one of the nicest houses it is the nicest house I've ever seen in New York City. It was beautiful. So the next one that we're looking at is in Tribeca, and it's actually right next to the one that you guys saw that was like not finished at all. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath loft, and oh my gosh, this is like honestly one of the most beautiful apartments that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just so uniquely built with the Japanese-esque screens, the tall ceilings, the columns, the windows, like everything about this place was so cool. It had like a built-in conversation pit with a fireplace, which I've never seen before. Like I was obsessed with this place, and I was so close to getting it. I posted on my Spam account being like, this is my new apartment, but then things didn't work out, and I'll explain why in a sec. The bedroom was so cool to me. The fact that it like looked like a Japanese bedroom, and then also this place had so many movies filmed in as well. Like this was a classic New York City loft-esque place, and like the layout was something I've never ever seen before. The fact that you could step up, and the fact that there was it was just cool. I mean, you can see it for yourself. Like I was amazed by this place. I've never seen anything like it. The fact that there was a window in the bathroom and it had this massive bathtub. This place was just so unique. I have never seen anything like this, and I was obsessed, and I was down for it. I was very much down for this place, and I'm obsessed with it. Like this is a jaw-dropping place. I love this place. The cons though, so this place was a like monthly rental place for years and years. When I first hit this place up, like I was the first person to see it, and then immediately after they took it down, I think they put it back up to a monthly rental place. But the landlord was gonna be living right next door, like because he owned the whole building, I guess. He was an Italian architect, and you can clearly see that within the space. Like it was beautiful, but he would have been living next door, and like I don't really know how I feel about that. So I was a little bit questioning that. But it also had no sunlight in a very dark place. Like there wasn't very much light in the house, surprisingly, because it was like facing another building. It was so hard for light to reach the other areas, such as the kitchen and like further into the house. And I was kind of like, ooh, what if I get sad living in this house? The next place that we looked at, oh my goodness, guys. I went and saw this place 2 times because I was freaking obsessed with it. This was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a private rooftop. This was one of the contenders for one of the houses that I was getting that we were all debating on with the Spam account. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. The view in this apartment is insane. The fact that there's a window in the kitchen was the kicker for me, because it has always been my dream to have a window in the kitchen, because when I first moved to New York, and actually before I even moved to New York, I would watch this girl's reels, and her name was Justine. It was like Justine's Table or something. And she had a window in her kitchen, and I was like, this is goals. Like this is such goals, having a window in your kitchen. I don't know what it was, but I was like, wow. Like imagine the cooking videos here, imagine the thumbnails here, like imagine it. And the fact that I had like sky window lights, that's insane to me. Like so gorgeous. The rooftop was so gorgeous, and it was so nicely lit. Like the window in the kitchen was what it was for me, not gonna lie. And like the arched windows over top, like imagine the rain hitting it and you're hearing that. But the odd thing about it was I had to see it twice because I thought I was tripping, but I brought some more people to see and they were like, yeah, nah, girl, like this is nice and all, but for example, the hallway just had like the room shoved down it and then the laundry room was just at the end of the hall. It just seems like a little bit claustrophobic and the hallway was like really small. And when you would open up the doors wouldn't open into the room. The doors would open out into the hallway. So if you'd open one door, you couldn't get into the other room. It was just really weirdly built. Like it just seemed cheaply built, to be honest. And also it was all white. Like I'm not really for an all white place. Yeah, I just felt like it was extremely expensive for what it was. The next place is in Greenwich Village. This was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a private rooftop. This was right near Washington Square Park and it was a really good price. And I was never considering this area, but when I saw this place, I was like, ooh, she is cute. So I didn't see this place myself. I had my friend Anila look at this place for me. When I saw this place, I was so obsessed with it. The windows in the kitchen is so pretty. Like I literally could just imagine myself living here because I love this place. Like it had so much charm. The brick walls are so cute. It was south facing windows. The fact that there's a window in the kitchen, 2 windows in the kitchen was so cute. Like I'm looking at this place now and I'm obsessed with it. And the windows aren't just windows. They open up to a deck, like a little patio. So you could climb up on the countertop and go out into the deck. This was on the top floor of a 4th floor walk up though, once again. But girl, I was like, I don't mind. There was just so much beautiful sunlight. The window in the bathroom was the kicker for me. I was like, this place seems straight out of like a movie in Paris or something. Like I was obsessed with the layout. I loved the size. It was a nice, cute little 2-bedroom. I felt like it was the perfect size for me. And it also had a private rooftop as well and a cute little fireplace with sunlight. Like this place had sunlights in it as well. It was just such a well place and I was obsessed. Like I think that this place was perfect for me. The cons was there was also a little bit of water damage as well. Like as you're walking up the stairs, you can see that there's water leaking. Okay, New York. So she was a little bit concerned, but I wasn't too concerned. But it was just the fact that it was a 4th floor walk up. And again, like I was really considering this place. Like I showed all my friends this. And then some of my friends that live in New York were like, don't do this, girl. And then I went on Reddit and then everyone was like, yeah, like you think that it's not that bad, but then you live there and you just realize that you just don't want to go outside as much. That 4th floor walk up is actually dreadful. And I was like, oh, like who am I to think that I wouldn't mind it when everybody's saying that they mind a 4th floor walk up. But also the price for the 4th floor walk up is insane. Like this place is beautiful, girl. Like it's not worth the price. If it's a 4th floor walk up, like discount it a little bit. And I was still considering it, but what made me really not consider it was I went and hung out in this area at night with my friend. And tell me why we were harassed 3 times. Like 3 times at Washington Square Park. And this house was right next to Washington Square Park. I just didn't feel very safe in that area. Then the next place that we're looking at, oh my God. This place was smack dab in Soho, like smack dab in Soho. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a shared rooftop. Oh my goodness. I've never seen an apartment like this either. I didn't even know that this existed. The lady living in this place lived there for 9 years before she moved out. And I could see why, girl. This place had the most beautiful windows I've ever seen in my entire life. It looked straight out of a movie, straight out of a movie. And movies were filmed in there as well. This was featured in like Sex and the City and like all of these other things. Like this place was beautiful. The ceiling, like the details in the ceiling, the windows, the curved window, like you could see me. This was questionable though. You could see me when you were outside. Like if you're walking and I was up at the window, you could see me. But it was beautiful. Like I was obsessed with this place. It also had like kind of like a loft in it. It had great lighting. I loved the kitchen. I loved everything about this place. But for some reason, like I kind of sat on it a little bit. I was the first person to see this place, like genuinely the first person. I called him 10 minutes after they put this up. I was obsessed with it. Yeah, this place is stunning, like absolutely stunning. The price though, not so stunning. But I sat on this place for about 4 days before I sent in an offer. And by the time I sent in an offer, they were like, yeah, sorry, like the place is taken now, which rightfully so. I was a little bit sad, but honestly, I just felt like maybe it just wasn't meant to be then. But this place was genuinely like straight out of a movie. And I think that this is incredible. I was obsessed with this place. And I think the vlogs would have been amazing in this space. I think living here would have been amazing, but I just didn't feel like it was right for me. And there was nothing wrong with it. Zero cons about this place. Now, all these places are so beautiful that I just showed, right? But I'm not living in any of them. I'm not living in any of them. I found a place that has everything that I talked about this video combined into one, and I didn't think that I was gonna, but I just knew that I had to wait it out and just wait, because I don't know, I just didn't feel like any of these were falling into place the way that it should fall into place, and I thought a lot of them were, but just something would happen, and I'm really glad that I waited it out because I found such a perfect place. But I love apartment hunting, and I hope you guys enjoyed apartment hunting with me. I really want to know your thoughts and your favorite places down below and what you guys think of the places, and I really love like bringing people with me to apartment hunt, so I hope this felt like I brought you with me, and I hope this gives you inspiration for houses, and I hope you loved listening to my opinion on apartments. All of these apartments are literally insane. I could have never imagined living in any of these, but the fact that I get to now is so insane, and I want to be able to show this experience with you guys because I feel like this is literally a dream to be apartment hunting in New York City and looking at apartments like this. So I'm gonna be reading all my comments, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Looking forward to see which one was your favorite, and I'm gonna be posting my new house though on Monday, so make sure you subscribe because I'm posting a couple times a week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.